This is gonna be part five. Part five. Now I know I said I was gonna switch over to my full complete freestyle and speak my truth, but something that I left out from the other video is that I want to say. Hold on. Something from the other video that I forgot to say was that about the business end of things. This whole extra product thing and everything else, you can go check your camera. And we had the conversation at least two times before we started conducting business, officially or physically, when it was just verbal. We just sitting down talking about multiple different things. And we had the conversation at least two times when we had started conducting physical business that I sold some stuff because you didn't respond. You didn't respond to me. And you responded to me after I had responded to your son. Actually, a lot after I responded to your son. As a matter of fact, it's to my understanding, it was your son who had to. I'm not saying it's a fact. This is to my understanding. I might be wrong, but it's to my understanding. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It was your son who had brought it up again, and that's why you had decided to even contact me back. So if it wasn't for him, so again, speaking of people who don't respond back to nobody, that's you. You didn't want to. You didn't want to respond back or whatever, and I think it's selfish and weird that you think that, given our past history, that you think that you can just respond to me 1 day later, 3 days later, 2 weeks later, or 5 weeks later, and one, I'm supposed to remember exactly what I told you, and two, if I offer you a deal, it's supposed to be that way forever. And the deal was uh was like for that day, not for you to use or take advantage of whenever you felt like it. But again, I think you was just so used of taking advantage of me or whatever. Like it was, just like, I don't, if you done that before, I'd be like, well, on this day I got this, or this day I got this because I could do this, or I got offered this. And then 2 weeks later, you'll be like, well, you said you could do this. Or you said, yeah, that was then. Them products is gone. What I paid a cheaper price for is gone. I got to sell. And now, if you go to the store and they have a sale going on, oh, you buy some Jello and it's it's 10% off today. You're not gonna go in there 5 weeks later and expect to get the same deal and be mad when they won't give it to you. And that's something too you done to me in the past, and you try to use this like reverse. A lot of people who don't like Moors will say that Moors are known for trying to tie the courts up in paper and or fancy paperwork, or try to use a lot of big words or words that goes in the circles, or try to just do like different forms of like a weird reverse psychology type thing or something like that. And I feel like that's what you used to do with me, is like we used to like go in circles or whatnot on stuff that I feel like we didn't have no reason to be going in those circles about. Dude, you it's too late. Hey, put it up there. Put it up there. So, like, I felt like you knew exactly what you was doing, and I felt like you knew that I was gonna be soft spoken about it and not really press you about it. And I feel like you just took advantage of that. I felt like the actions was predatorial. You knew I came to you with open arms. I came to you after talking to Edward, and you knew my situation already, but I explained to you in depth my situation even more. so you can understand. And I was giving you a deal that time because I wanted for you to I wanted you to have the help. I needed the help, and I was giving you a. First of all, over the first time, I didn't expect for you to take as many as you took, buy as many as you bought. So I decided to give you a little bit bigger deal than what I had originally said I would. Because you remember me, you had never discussed a, a, a official price or whatever at first. And then I told you I would give you the amount that I was giving you off. And then I told you that I would give you. So you said you wanted more. I said okay, and I was like, you was like, make sure you was worried, but I want to stay in touch. I was like, why wouldn't I? You know, I think you doing a good thing, and I can help you do a good thing and reach more people. Da 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 da. So I'll do it. I'll stay in touch, and I'm like, I'll give you an additional bigger discount. This will be like our first official time or whatever, even though it would be our second time. But I'm like, for most people, I give them a discount. I'm giving you a bigger discount than I give everybody else, but I'm giving you a discount. This will be my first initial real discount, even though it'll be your second time getting a discount. But I was like, you know, then I'll go back to, and I told you the percentage. And when I tried to give you that, I feel like you knew because you kept saying stuff like, okay, okay, it's gonna be this. Well, I don't even want to say the number because I know you don't want nobody to know your real numbers, but you know it's gonna be this, like, right? It's gonna be this price, right? And I remember like one time, uh, DJ had did the math wrong, but it was only off by like $3 or something, and you was questioning everything as if we had overcharged you like $300, and even then you still wouldn't have been getting ripped off. You made a jokey joke the other day when we was in there about don't be overcharging you now. But it was like one of them things like you serious but you just playing. Ha ha he he. Like overcharging you, dude. If you add up if you add up everything that I've sold you and everything that you paid me, it's still add up to that. It's still gonna add up that you paid me less than I'm gonna toss out a number here, a factual number though, but you paid me less than 25% of what you would have paid for it at the store. And I'll speak more economically in the next video, but you, I've never ripped you off. And I had always told you our relationship would be based on, our business relationship would be based on the wholesale standpoint. And I've told you I barely did business with people who wasn't getting major orders from me and on a consistent basis. I really didn't even do wholesale with them. I was doing more or less of deals. When I got into my current situation and I shut down my storefront and everything, I started doing more deals or discounts, not wholesale. But I would try to keep it wholesale with you. And you knew, you know, so what it's like you didn't want, I feel like you indirectly pressured me. So I gave you that deal. I say indirectly because pressured me because the third time, you were still saying like, "Oh, I thought it was gonna be this much. I thought it was gonna," and I'm like, "Wait, you had me confused. Had to pull out the calculator, and then you were like, oh, okay, yeah, you know, you was wrong. You was thinking something else. So like, dude, I've then the fourth time you pull something like that again, it was like questioning the prices, dude. It's like you're still. It'll be like literally. I remember, I remember one time I brought you like maybe $1,000 worth of stuff. And that $1,000 worth of stuff, I think I charged you $192. $192. But I ended up giving you close to $600 for free. So you got $1,600 worth of stuff for under 200, but you was questioning me as if I was overcharging you. Would they do that at? You know? Man, so I hope we could put that part behind us. I ain't never ripped you off.